Supersport.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to check if you're there. Okay, let's get right into it. Your toughest defender you ever faced, and did they hurt you or hurt your feelings?
Cyril Nzama, I was 19 years old when I made my debut, and he was already 24, 25 playing for Chiefs.
Yeah.
So it was really, really tough coming up against him. He was as tough as nails. He wasn't rough or anything like that, but to go past him was it's quite
Built like
took a lot.
tank.
Yeah, took a lot.
Hard question, but I've got to ask it. Supersport or Pirates?
Orlando Pirates.
Oh, easy one.
Yeah, because I grew up supporting Pirates.
Oh, yes. So you actually got to live that dream. If you weren't a footballer, what job would you have been doing? And it's okay if you want to say you wanted to be an influencer.
Nah, cricket. I would have either been a cricketer, if not sports. Definitely an accountant, because accounting was one of my favorite subjects.
That's a
in school.
strange one. You don't ever hear football players.
Accountant midfielder.
The accountant midfielder. You do not hear that one.
I loved accounting at school. I loved it.
Okay, I've got to ask. Shibobo or step over? Which move made you look cooler?
I think a shibobo. Just the ball sliding through the legs and getting it on the other side for me
Is the all-time, man.
I know that's it still fulfills me whenever I play social football. If I can put the ball through somebody, if I can nutmeg somebody, I've enjoyed the game.
I've always wanted to ask, because you're a legend in the game, who was your favorite South African football player?
There was, look, I grew up in the era of Jiris Kusana, Helmanum Kalele, Dumisa Ngobe, watching Pirates. That's when I'm an 9-year-old sitting on the couch watching the derbies at the old FNB Stadium, on TV. But strangely enough, I came across Dylan Shepherd. And Dylan Shepherd was and is the best crosser of the ball. People say I can cross the ball, but when I watched Dylan Shepherd cross a ball, I used to admire that a lot. So he became my all-time favorite player in South Africa.
And absolute dead ball specialist. He used to slot them away. A phrase that you live your life by?
I think phrase that I live my life by, I think the measure of your success is never determined by the amount of money or fame you gain, but it's how you use that to help others also to become successful. I think that's the one thing that I like. I live by that. Using my success to help others also become successful.
Which coach had the hardest training regime?
The hardest training regime? Coach Gavin Hunt. Coach Gavin Hunt made us run up the mountains. He made us carry each other up the stairs, up and down the stairs. So I think in terms of pre-seasons, Coach Gavin Hunt's pre-season was the toughest pre-seasons that I've had.
I've got to ask, because there are a whole bunch of South African PSL nicknames. Which is the favorite one you've heard?
Look, the one that has stood out and people always remind me about is the one that Bob Mteto gave me, Matatazela, which means you're busy.
Yeah.
So that's the one that really stuck with me. But there is no other nickname other than that one that really stuck with me. Because my name was so short, everybody calls me DK or Klate.
I think my favorite one was still, 16V. And I got an honorable shout out, Mukoku, Neil Tovey, that's my guy right there.
Sorry, just for you, 16V Dr. Kamalo.
Yes, sir.
Because it was like the first one that became like household.
Yeah. And a cool one, Legs of Thunder, Jerry's Kosan.
And then you get the album Midnight Express.
Who was in the booth writing these names? Okay, I've got to ask this one because you've watched all the football coaches in the world. Steve Kompela, Pitso, or Coach Ulani. Who has the best post-game quotes?
Coach Steve Kompela. You can't compare. He speaks in syllables.
Yeah.
You have to really... I think
in.
sometimes you have to go Google what it means, actually.
Yeah, I love... he'll be talking about something strange. There's a clip, if we can find it, of when him and Robert Morale were trying to have a conversation. Rob was like, I think I may have asked the wrong question about the game. So thank you for answering that. My final one. You're stuck at Discovery Park and you have to build a five-a-side team with your former teammates. Yep. Let's go.
I'd have Monique Joseph in goals. Penny McCarthy will definitely be striker. Teko Modise will be in that squad. Somewhere along the line. Ricardo Katsa was tough as nails. And then I'll obviously have Andile Jali because of his arrogance on the field.
Those are all
solid mix.
Those are all legends of Diski. I mean, he did play for that, that GOAT Pirates team. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my throwdown. By the legend himself, Daine Klate, thank you once again for giving me all those answers.
To watch this full episode, click here or click here to get previous episodes from the On The Bounce show. Or obviously, every week, just watch us. Thursday, 4 p.m. from the YouTube channel of The Real Network.